CompTIA Linux Plus, often shortened to Linux Plus, is a practical certification for people who want to prove they can work with Linux systems in real operational environments. This episode is part of the Monday Certified feature from Bare Metal Cyber Magazine, where we look at certifications in plain English and focus on what they really mean for career development. Linux matters because it sits underneath so much of modern technology. It runs servers, cloud workloads, containers, security tools, network services, and many of the systems that keep organizations operating. For early career IT and cybersecurity professionals, Linux knowledge is more than a nice extra. It helps you understand how systems run, how services are managed, how permissions affect security, and how troubleshooting works when something breaks. If this certification is on your study list, a free and complete audio course is available in the Bare Metal Cyber Academy at baremetalcyber.com, complete with a study guide and a second ebook featuring 1,000 flashcard questions. Linux Plus is issued by CompTIA, one of the most recognized vendor-neutral certification organizations in the technology workforce. The certification is technical, practical, and focused on Linux administration across many different environments rather than one vendor's product line. The current version is Linux Plus version 8 with exam code XK006. That version reflects how Linux is used today, not just as a traditional server operating system, but as part of cloud platforms, hybrid infrastructure, containerized workloads, automation pipelines, and security operations. This certification sits in the early to intermediate range. It is not meant to be someone's very first introduction to computers, but it is also not an expert-level engineering credential. The best candidate usually has some experience with Linux commands, files, users, groups, permissions, packages, processes, services, networking, and logs. CompTIA commonly recommends about a year of hands-on Linux server experience or comparable knowledge. That does not mean every candidate must already be a full-time Linux administrator, but it does mean the exam is easier to understand when you have touched real systems and solved real problems. Linux Plus is a good fit for help desk technicians who want to move towards systems administration, junior administrators who support Linux servers, cybersecurity analysts who need stronger command line skills, cloud learners who want to understand the operating system layer behind many workloads, and career changers who already understand basic IT concepts. It can also help network professionals who touch Linux-based tools, appliances, monitoring systems, or security platforms. Even if you do not plan to become a full-time Linux administrator, the credential can make you more confident with servers, logs, scripts, permissions, services, and troubleshooting. The authority behind the certification matters because CompTIA credentials are widely understood by employers. They are not usually treated as replacements for experience, but they are useful signals that a candidate has studied a topic in a structured way. Linux Plus is valuable because many people say they know Linux, but fewer can show that they have covered system management, security, automation, containers, and troubleshooting through a formal certification path. For someone trying to move beyond general support work, that structure can help. The exam is updated through versions and published exam objectives, which helps keep it connected to current job expectations. The modern Linux environment is not just about logging into a server and typing commands from memory. It can involve cloud systems, local servers, container platforms, automation tools, security controls, identity settings, firewalls, encryption, scheduled jobs, logs, and performance issues. Linux Plus fits into CompTIA's broader certification ecosystem alongside A+, Network Plus, Server Plus, Cloud Plus, Security Plus, and CISA Plus, depending on the direction a learner wants to go. The exam really tests whether you can think and work like someone responsible for Linux systems. Commands matter, but the deeper question is whether you understand what you are trying to accomplish and what can go wrong. A candidate who memorizes isolated command options without understanding services, files, permissions, storage, networking, and logs may struggle. The exam rewards applied understanding. You need to know not only what a command does, but when to use it, what its output means, and how it fits into a larger system problem. The current exam focuses on several practical areas. It covers system management, including boot processes, storage, networking, shells, backups, and virtualization. It covers services and user management, including accounts, permissions, processes, packages, logs, timers, and containers. It covers security, including authentication, firewalls, hardening, encryption, auditing, and compliance-related tasks. It also covers automation, orchestration, scripting, version control, and troubleshooting. In plain English, the exam asks whether you can manage, secure, automate, and fix Linux systems in a realistic work setting. The troubleshooting portion is especially important because real technical work rarely arrives as a clean textbook question. A service may not start, a user may not have access, a disk may be full, a scheduled job may fail, a network setting may be wrong, a firewall may block expected traffic. A log entry may point toward the real issue, but only if you know where to look and how to interpret it. Linux Plus expects you to connect symptoms to likely causes and choose the next best step. A common misconception is that Linux Plus is only for people who want to spend all day at the command line. The command line is important, but the certification is broader than that. It is also useful for security, cloud, and infrastructure professionals because Linux is often the operating layer underneath the tools they use. Another misconception is that the exam is only about old-school administration. The current version includes modern topics such as containers, automation, orchestration, cloud and hybrid environments, and responsible use of newer tooling. When preparing for the exam, start with the current objectives and turn them into a study checklist. Do not mark a topic as finished just because you watched a lesson or read a section. Mark it as comfortable only when you can explain it, use it, and troubleshoot it at a basic level. Permissions are a good example. It is not enough to know that read, write, and execute permissions exist. You should understand ownership, groups, directory behavior, special permissions, and why a user can or cannot access a file or folder. A practical study path starts with the foundation. Get comfortable moving around the file system, reading files, managing directories, creating users, adjusting groups, setting permissions, installing packages, managing processes, and working with services. Then add administration depth, including storage, mounts, logs, scheduled jobs, networking, backups, and system startup. After that, layer in security topics such as authentication, remote access, firewalls, hardening, auditing, encryption, and account controls. Then practice automation, basic scripting, containers, virtualization, and version control. Finally, spend serious time troubleshooting, because that is where scattered knowledge turns into usable skill. Hands-on practice is essential. Use a virtual machine, a cloud lab, or a spare system where you can safely experiment. Create users, change permissions, install and remove packages, start, stop, enable, disable, and inspect services. Review logs, configure a firewall rule, mount storage, write small shell scripts, create simple failures, and then fix them. The more you connect study material to actual system behavior, the less abstract the exam becomes. The current exam can include up to 90 questions, with both multiple choice and performance-based formats. Candidates have 90 minutes, and the passing score is 720 on a 100 to 900 scale. That combination means time management matters. Performance-based questions can take longer than standard multiple-choice questions, so it is important not to get stuck too early. During practice, pay attention to why you miss questions. Sometimes the problem is a weak concept. Sometimes it is wording. Sometimes it is the inability to choose between two answers that both seem possible. The Bare Metal Cyber Academy can fit naturally into this preparation process. The free audio course can help reinforce ideas during commutes, workouts, or routine tasks. The study guide can provide structure as you move through the objectives. The flashcards ebook can help with recall, review, and weak areas. The best approach is to listen for familiarity, read for structure, practice for skill, and use flashcards for retention. None of those pieces replaces hands-on work, but together they can make preparation more flexible for busy professionals. From a career perspective, Linux Plus can support several paths. It is directly useful for Linux system administration, junior systems engineering, technical support, infrastructure operations, cloud support, and network engineering roles that involve Linux-based systems. It can also help cybersecurity professionals who need stronger operating system skills for log analysis, endpoint investigation, vulnerability management, scripting, and tool administration. In security work, Linux knowledge often helps you move from simply reading alerts to understanding what is actually happening on the system. Hiring managers usually view the credential as a useful signal of practical technical commitment. It says that the candidate has taken Linux seriously enough to study system management, security, automation, and troubleshooting in a structured way. For someone moving out of help desk or general support, it can help show readiness for deeper infrastructure work. For someone moving into cybersecurity, it can help close an important skills gap. For someone moving towards cloud, it can strengthen the operating system foundation behind many cloud workloads. Linux Plus often fits well after or alongside foundational certifications. A learner might start with A+ for general IT support, Network Plus for networking fundamentals, or Security Plus for cybersecurity basics. Then add Linux Plus to become stronger in operating systems and server work. After that, the next step depends on the goal. Cloud-focused learners might move towards AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, or Kubernetes-related study. Security-focused learners might move towards CySAP Plus, Pentest Plus, or more hands-on security training. Infrastructure-focused learners might move towards vendor-specific Linux, cloud, virtualization, or automation credentials. This certification is not the perfect choice for everyone. If your goal is management, audit, or governance, a risk or security management certification may be a better next step. If you already work deeply in Linux engineering, a more advanced vendor-specific or performance-based Linux credential may stretch you further. If you are completely new to IT, it may be better to build basic support, networking, and command line confidence first. But for many early career professionals, Linux Plus is a strong bridge credential because it connects practical system administration with cloud, security, and operations. In the end, Linux Plus is most useful for learners who want more technical depth and a stronger understanding of the systems that power modern infrastructure. It makes sense after basic IT and networking knowledge and before moving deeper into cloud, security operations, systems administration, or automation. The exam is broad enough to require serious preparation, but focused enough to be approachable with a structured plan. For learners who want flexible support, the Bare Metal Cyber Academy resources can help organize the process through audio learning, guided reading, and focused review. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.